Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. This week I have this adorable new style to show you. I've been waiting for her for a while and she's finally here. This is Findley by Amore in the color NM Melted Cinnamon. And I believe that NM in front of the color just stands for natural movement, which is what these new fibers are, and we will talk all about them later in the video. First, I wanted to thank Shirley's Wig Shop for sending me this beautiful style so that I could review her for you. And also to mention that Shirley has a private Facebook group called Shirley's Wig Shop Hair's Looking at You Kid. I will leave a link in my description box down below and we invite you to join us. It's just a wonderful place to exchange ideas and information, get to know other wig wearers, show off your beautiful styles. So it's a fun place. Also, I wanted to ask, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe down below, like and comment, and we'll get started. So as you can see, Findley here is just a really striking, adorable A-line bob. So you can see she's a little shorter in the back, and then you have the longer fibers here around the face. And I just think this is an ideal style for the summertime especially, or any time, because this allows you to wear the style, not experience too much friction against your clothing. You still have these beautiful face framing pieces. So I'm a big fan of these kinds of styles. And this one is just gorgeous. So what we have here are definitely layers throughout. We have a bit of a fringe, and I'll leave some text about how long these fringe pieces or front pieces are. I do think that they're long enough that you can easily sweep them to the side as well if you don't really want bangs. And then you have just this very flattering front here below the chin, even with my 22-inch circumference. And then it just almost seems razor cut to me, you know, very modern and sleek and with this wispy layering that is just so pretty. We'll get a good look at her from all sides in just a minute. Let's go ahead and look at some of the details. So we have an extended lace front, and Amore is doing an amazing job with this. I absolutely love this extended lace front. It runs about from here to here on me and is just really well done. No stark hairline. You can see we have these lighter fibers in the front, soft hairline. Can you see a couple of knots here and there? Yes, it doesn't bother me at all. I think this is extremely well done. Then we have a full mono top. Right now, this is how she came. It wasn't really parted in a zigzag pattern, but it's in the center and I'm not seeing much scalp appearance. So I definitely want to change this part line and see what kind of scalp appearance we can create. That's always important to me because I really think that that helps the style appear realistic if you can see a little bit of illusion of scalp. So what we'll do is we'll get a good look at her from all sides, and then I will want to steam a new part line in place and steam these fibers away from the face so they're not falling forward. It's really, I think you could wear her out of the box just like this, especially with a center part. Everything is falling nicely and isn't really in my eyes, next to my eyes, but not in my eyes. But for myself, I prefer a left part. So we will do that together and you'll see the whole process for how I like to style her with a left part and steamed away from the face a little bit with a lift in the front. But let's go ahead first and get a good look at the style from all sides. Here she is from the right and the back. You can see how wispy this is. Beautiful tapering in the back. And the left. Absolutely adorable. So as I said, we will do a little bit of styling. Then we'll look at the cap construction. I'll look at some styling options for this beautiful style. We'll take her outside to get a good look at this beautiful color in natural light. And lastly, we'll go over final thoughts. I have my rat tail comb. Let's go ahead and change this part. Since we have that full mono top, we can choose to part her center, left, or right. Let me just go ahead and I'll run this down next to that center part. approximately where I would like to have it. Okay, I can already see I'm going to have a nice amount of scalp appearance. I actually think what we're seeing right now is this is where my bio hair starts underneath. You can see that transition. So what I need to do is place some scar tape under there so that my bio hair will not peek through the monofilament and cause this strange transition. And then here is where the rest of the cap starts, and we'll look at that later because I think that's a lovely scalp appearance there. So I think that will work extremely well. And yeah, you could even have a cool side swept fringe if that's what you like. But I think I'm going to steam her away from the face, create a little lift here. I'm going to go ahead and clip this in place so that I don't lose this new part when I take her off. But I'll put some scar tape under there and make sure I like where the part is, put her on the blockhead, and we'll start steaming. So she's on the blockhead. And you can see I played with that part just a little bit more and moved that side part, I believe, a little closer to center. But it's definitely a side part. And I have clipped the fibers back so that we can go ahead and do the steaming. And I did place some scar tape under there. You can see what a beautiful scalp appearance we're able to achieve now. So wonderful. And then I have my iSteam steamer here. This is just a little handheld clothes steamer that I purchased on Amazon, and I will leave that in my description box down below. Also, I wanted to mention that I do have a video on my channel all about how I like to steam style my heat-friendly synthetic and synthetic, traditional synthetic styles, and I will leave a link to that in my description box in case you'd like to watch the full video. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I will steam that new part line in place, and then I will steam the fibers away from the face. Be sure to direct the steam at the fibers, not at the delicate lace front or monofilament portions of the cap. Keep your steamer moving. Don't leave it in any one place for more than 3 seconds. All right, that should do it. Now I need to let these fibers cool completely so that the new style can set, and then we'll put her back on and see if we like the results. So the fibers are nice and cool to the touch now, still a little damp, and that's okay, but we're ready to go ahead and remove the clips and see if we like these results. So let's do that now. All right. Well, I absolutely love these results, as I always do. I just feel that this really will keep the fibers away from my face and out of my eyes, and you have just a little lift in the front and all along that lace front. So I can't wait to see what she looks like when she's completely dry, but let's go ahead and do the test quickly. Once, twice. You can see that's how much these fibers are wanting to fall forward now. So absolutely love this steaming method. Next, we will go ahead and we will look at the cap construction. First, I'll remove this piece of silicone scar tape. This is just what I like to use to help create scalp appearance underneath the monofilament or lace, where otherwise my dark biohair might show through. And I like to use the AWD Medical silicone scar sheets. I purchased them on Amazon, and I'll leave that in my description box down below. So I have a couple of things I need to read for you. I try not to read too much in my reviews, but this is unique, and I want to make sure that I get it right. So what we have on Findley here is the Soft Luxe Plus cap. And the way that's described in Amore's catalog is the harmonious combination of monofilament and soft net, that's that soft net, which creates a delicate yet durable foundation, ensuring breathability and feather-light feel. So let's get a good look at that. So this is that soft net, and hopefully I can separate it here so you can see. And that covers the monofilament. And it does feel nice to me. I don't have an issue really with anything feeling scratchy on my head. Probably a little bit of biohair helps. But just to the touch, I guess it is a little softer. So definitely a nice addition. And then you have this little seam here. So that's the soft net, but what we have is an extended lace front, as you can see. More than halfway, I would say, down the ear tabs on both sides, and also nice and deep. And I just love extended lace fronts because these allow you to style the wig away from the face and still have the appearance of hair growth all along that extended lace front. So it really does help with styling wigs away from the face. And then we have this full monofilament top that is covered with this soft net. So you can part this style center, left, or right, wherever you prefer. We have ear tabs with metal stays inside. And then an extended nape, and it is a closed extended nape. And we have these bra strap style adjusters, as you can see, to adjust this wig to your circumference. Now, I have a 22-inch circumference head. All my measurements are listed in the description box in case you'd like to compare them to your own. And I did extend these adjusters as far as they would go, as you can see. Now this cap fits me very comfortably, so I think this would fit very comfortably for anyone with a 22-inch circumference, maybe slightly larger would still work, and under. And I will say also that these wefts, these open wefts that you see in the back and on the sides are nice and stretchy. So that really helps also with the fit, and of course the circumference is stretchy as well. I did check the style for permatease, and even though this is a very light density, sleek style, there's a little bit of permatease. It's very well done and minimal. I found some in the crown area and in some other areas, not in that hand-tied monotop area or lace front, of course. So a wonderful cap construction. I do want to briefly also talk about these fibers because these fibers are new to me. And again, I need to read you something. This is from Shirley's website. These fibers are described as a perfect blend of our high quality synthetic fibers and heat friendly fibers. This new fiber reduces the shine, but because this is a blended fiber of heat-friendly and traditional synthetic, the instructions are to treat this as traditional synthetic fiber, which is why I steamed it, because that is safe for both traditional synthetic and heat-friendly synthetic fibers. So that's the fiber. I do think it's beautiful. It feels very light and silky. I'll let you be the judge about the shine. Shine, a little bit of healthy shine doesn't bother me, so I think this looks lovely. Of course, if it bothers you, my recommendation is to use some dry shampoo powder, and that will help tone down the shine. We'll also get a good look at it outside, and then you can also see what these fibers look like outside in natural light. So next, we'll go over some styling options. I think this style is so adorable, just the way she is with this angled bob, so pretty. But if you wanted to style her occasionally, let's go ahead and see what your options are. I always like to test an ear tuck, and this style is nice and low density. I think I need to get my bio hair under that cap a little better back here near the ear. Now let's try it again. Oh yeah. A really beautiful low density style that really allows you to tuck her easily, a little half tuck on this side, just to completely keep fibers out of your face throughout the day. I also think you can easily do that on the left here and do a complete tuck. Of course, this is not a really good match for my bio hair, so I would either need to use some root powder here to blend my bio hair with the wig or leave some fibers out. But you can see it's not at all too bulky. You can easily even do a full tuck on that side. So I love that. Then I sometimes like to take just a little mini claw clip and these front fibers, these shorter pieces in the front, and just give them a little twist and then just attach that there with the little clip. Absolutely. I think that's another easy way just to keep fibers away from your face. Then I like to go ahead and try a headband because this also allows me to show you exactly what kind of coverage I'm getting from this style. So let's do that. Okay. Make sure everything is straight and on completely. All right. So as you can see, cute look. I love it right away. Again, not a perfect match. But we have this beautiful extended lace front. And as you can see, beautiful hairline, really a soft hairline, delicate knots. You have the lighter fibers. We have that natural parting space again. Now let me show you what kind of coverage I'm getting. So I'll just run my fingers along the edge. Now I do find that this Amore cap is fitting me a little more snug than some that I've tried recently. But I do have a 22-inch head circumference, keep that in mind. Some of my bio hair always shows, that's just the case. I have a low hairline as well, so I'm not surprised, and I still think I get a good amount of coverage here around the ears as well, but that's where it is. So you can gauge how that might fit you if you're not familiar with Amore. So absolutely, quite a few styling options. I do think you might be able to do just a stubby little ponytail in the back. And that's what it looks like on me. I probably think this is not quite long enough for me, but you might be able to do that again if you have a smaller circumference. So love the styling options and versatility for this style. So next, we'll go outside and we'll get a good look at this unique and really beautiful color in natural light. So here we are outside. Let's get a good look at this beautiful color, NM Melted Cinnamon. I don't believe I've ever tried anything quite like this color, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's very unique, and I think this light will do it justice so that you can really see these gorgeous colors. It's a little bit hard to categorize as either a blonde, a red, or a brunette. I would say, to me, this appears to be more of a red color up here. And then, of course, as you get to the tips, more of a blonde. But overall, I would probably categorize this as a strawberry blonde. That's what I see. I will leave that up to you. But let's go ahead and read about it. Unfortunately, I don't have the sample from the coloring because this is a fairly new color. So the coloring that I have does not have this color or the natural movement fibers either, although they're probably very similar. What I do have is the description for melted cinnamon, not the NM. But it is described as a medium brown root. I don't see much of a root, at least inside I didn't. Out here I see maybe a very subtle root. Very natural though. Medium brown root tone that melts into the cinnamon blonde base color. And you can see a lot of that cinnamon. I will tell you, it looks very natural, not at all too orange. I think it's more of a rusty, cinnamon tone, strawberry possibly. And then that is topped off with icy blonde ends. And you can see those especially in the front here. But I think that this transition is very subtle, very flattering, and just a lot of fun. Let me go ahead and read you the description. Also, I think this is from their catalog actually. For Findley and the melted blends. So the melted blends are described as dazzling gradient tones. And absolutely, I think it is dazzling. Modern, natural, salon-like finish. And it's available in 5 colors. So there are 5 blends that have this kind of a gradient effect where you have one color here, on the top. And then as you go to the bottom of the fibers, you have more of a lighter color. So absolutely beautiful. Let's get a good look at that. So if I'm holding the fibers out, maybe you can see it the best that way. You can see the different tones of cinnamon and blonde blended up here, but a little less blonde. And then as you reach the tips, absolutely much more icy blonde. And we'll get a good look at her from all sides in just a minute. Let's look at the features. Now you do have more of that icy blonde at the hairline, and I think that helps, of course, create the soft hairline with the delicate knotting. Beautifully done. Absolutely love it. Then we have that parting space, and I think that looks very natural. Again, I have a little bit of silicone scar tape under there to help create that scalp appearance. So let's go ahead and get a good look at her from all sides. Get her arranged. All right. From the right and the back, you can see that movement. And the left. So I hope you saw that gradient color in the back as well. I just absolutely love it. And I think the highlighting is very natural, blended quite well, really not too stripy at all. And despite the fact that it is such an interesting color, clearly, this is something that a salon would have to achieve. I still think it looks very natural. I don't think it's at all too shocking, and I think it's just a beautiful, very warm blonde, or a red with a little bit of icy blonde in it. So absolutely gorgeous, and I think it suits this little sleek bob style very well. So final thoughts. Findley here is just an absolutely adorable A-line bob style, very sleek, very chic, a lot of fun with really silky soft fibers. We do have this fringe, these shorter pieces in the front that you can either sweep to the side the way I've done, or you could cut yourself a fringe as well, bangs, if you like. And you do have some layers throughout, beautiful tapering. I did find that there are just a few longer pieces right around the neck here that you can either leave if you like that look, or of course that would easily be trimmed as well. So just an adorable style that will experience minimal friction, because I don't think these fibers will rub against your clothing very much. So I love that. I love these natural movement fibers. They feel lovely. To me, they feel like synthetic fibers, more so than heat-friendly synthetic fibers. They're very light and wispy. And of course, Amore has indicated that you should treat these fibers like synthetic fibers, traditional synthetic fibers. So absolutely beautiful, and I love the features on this as well. That Soft Luxe Plus cap is lovely. I think I love all monotops really, and extended lace fronts, and this has both. In addition, of course, we have that netting as well that we looked at, but beautiful hairline, beautiful parting space. I parted it on the left, but you could absolutely choose where you would like to part her. And then this color, this NM Melted Cinnamon, absolutely gorgeous. I love this gradient color that starts out as with a little bit of a root, and then you have this strawberry, rusty, cinnamon red that then gradually becomes more and more blonde towards the tips, as you can see. Beautiful, and really just adds a little interest to this style as well. Really fun for the summer. So I highly recommend both this style and the color. I wanted to remind you that you can purchase Findley here from Shirley at Shirley's Wig Shop, and I will leave a direct link to her in the description box down below. Also, I'd like to thank you for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.